We have breaking news on multiple injuries for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ones you saw, ones you didn't see. Multiple starters could miss game two, as news was revealed by Kenny Atkinson today. Cavaliers falling yesterday to the Indiana Pacers in a tough one, and now we get tougher news on top of it. Nothing official yet as far as who's out and who's not, but Kenny Atkinson gave some concerning comments today. Hey everybody, Billy BB back with you on Cavs Digest. Feeling it. Just like every other Cavs fans, tough loss. Not what you wanted to see from the team yesterday. Not only did they lose, it appears they got beat up in the process. Already missing Darius Garland, multiple other guys with injuries that were noticeable on the floor, and now confirmed by Kenny Atkinson to be possibly more serious than we expected. This is why you want to follow Cavs Digest, subscribe. Not only are we giving you this information, but if you already heard about it, we're going to further the info along, get it spread out, and get you down in the comments talking about what happened and what you expect going forward after these injuries. I want to jump right into it. So the first thing before the Atkinson comments I woke up to today was Chris Fedor's article on Cleveland.com, and he essentially said 4 guys got pretty injured. Some of these, I noticed they got bumped and fell and this and that. I didn't really take much from it. I just kind of saw it as common basketball playoff stuff. So Fedor notes Darius Garland missed a third straight game with an injury. Then he said DeAndre Hunter, who we all saw, clearly a foul, got hacked at the rim, came down and fell on his wrist. We'll get into that more in just a second. I think everybody noticed that one, kind of took that one into consideration. Next one, Evan Mobley. Crazy because he just accepted his Defensive Player of the Year award yesterday. Really felt like he had a good game. Felt like he might be an emphasis for the next game going forward. Someone to get more shots up, be a little more aggressive. He rolled his ankle on an awkward landing. I think once you see the screenshot, or you can go on Twitter and look at that play, you'll remember the play. And he had a noticeable limp. And this was one I guess I really didn't notice. I might have thought was just more exhaustion, but he noted Donovan Mitchell sidestepped a post-game inquiry. They were kind of asking about it, but Fedor noted Donovan Mitchell was limping post-game and kind of, laboring throughout that second half. I think that was just exhaustion. I think Donovan Mitchell had to handle the ball way more than he has in months, probably, with Garland out and the ball just not humming. He really had to take control and hold the ball. For the Mobley thing, that one, I gotta find my Mobley picture here. Mobley really killed me because I do remember that play, but I just never took it as anything too serious. And then, Fedor noted it as something more, and we got a bigger update on that today. So yeah, DeAndre Hunter, his thumb, Evan Mobley, his ankle, and you have Darius Garland with his toe. You go into game 2, Tuesday night, possibly missing 3 starters. Kenny Atkinson listed those guys as questionable. That means real concern that those guys will be out. This is the play. Again, late in the game, Cavs back in it, snagging that lead back. I remember this play well. Danny Cunningham does a great job. He has a good substack. Does Locked On Cavs. Does a bunch of Cleveland media stuff, so you can go look him up on X at Real D. Cunningham does a good job there. Atkinson gave a longer quote here about the dirtiness of it, the physicality of it, which we'll jump back into that. But he said DeAndre Hunter dislocated his thumb last night and will be questionable. I thought it was his wrist. I had read wrist a couple times. Looked like a wrist injury for DeAndre Hunter. The thumb is not good. Obviously, shooting, rebounding, passing, doesn't matter which hand. That's the other thing in basketball. In football, you can sometimes break your non-throwing hand or something on your non-throwing hand and kind of get through it. Basketball, you got a dislocated thumb, a severely injured thumb. Both hands in passing, shooting, dribbling, rebounding. Tough injury for a guy you saw step up a little bit last night. Very concerning for DeAndre Hunter. I hate to see that. And then, the other one was the ankle for Evan Mobley. And you saw the quote right here, doubtful and real concern, quotes from Kenny Atkinson. Your head coach essentially saying, he has doubts. He has real concerns about two guys that I thought just had flaky injuries that just kind of come with the territory, bumps and bruises, tough plays, but things you get through. I mean, we've seen Mobley play through injuries. Hunter, a big dude, a physical guy. I mean, you knew he would kind of bang down low with some guys, and we knew the play he got injured on, right? So let's start here. What injury surprised you most? I will say Evan Mobley. I knew DeAndre Hunter got hacked, got injured. I didn't think Evan Mobley's looked too severe. He was limping a little bit, but hey, we've talked on this channel before about ankle injuries that you shake off and they feel terrible 1 minute and you shake off the next. Mitchell's had a dozen of them this season. Mitchell, again, I chalk that more up to being tired. I just think he, on and off ball, had to move so much more. And then, again, we're missing Garland, and we've discussed Garland so many times on this channel, just about Garland's ability to, duck and move and flow, and that toe is going to be a serious injury. We've talked about how willing we are to let him sit and let him be out. We got our first real taste last night of, when a guy filling in, or a couple guys even filling in, don't fill the role, not only completely, but can't fill it in the same way. Ty Jerome's not as quick. He's not as great a passer, and he doesn't get inside as quickly. He still did well. Ty Jerome still had a solid game, still passed the ball well. It's just he had multiple times where he got blocked at the hoop, stopped down low, had to kick it out, caught the ball on a give and go, and just couldn't get down the floor as quick as Darius Garland would. We've seen Garland, that floater or that duck inside, up and in. It's not the same. It's not the same, and I guarantee you it will not be the same with Dean Wade playing the Evan Mobley minutes if Evan Mobley misses game 2. And Donovan Mitchell having to fill a greater role, already exhausted. We're talking about a guy laboring, a guy injured, having a tough time. Very concerning at this point. I was already having to spend time rethinking the Darius Garland situation just because, not that I thought I wasn't one of the people that thought they were better without Garland. I just thought they could get it done without him. I thought they could win at least 2 of the first 4 without him. Maybe I still believe that if they were healthy, but now you're in a serious position where you're trying to fill roles on this team that are too big. You were calling on Hunter to help fill for Garland. Now who's filling for Hunter? I think Isaac Okoro proved last night he's not it. You're struggling with Sam Merrill. Even Dean Wade seemed a little off last night. And, of course, now the Cavaliers have just 1 day's rest. And, again, I think this all goes back to, for me, the fact that Kenny Atkinson is saying these things. Doubtful. Real concern. Not sure about their status for Game 2. That's what concerns me most. Feel free to drop down in the comments. What concerns you most about the Cavaliers' injury situation? Mobley? Is it Mitchell even laboring at the end of that game? Is it DeAndre Hunter who is seeming to step up? Is it Darius Garland? Have you been thinking about Garland as he's missed 3 games now, probably going to miss 4? Is it him you're most worried about? Be sure to subscribe and stay up to date with Cavs Digest.